to read Stories with Ava. Today we're reading Miss Nelson is Missing.
This is one of your favorite books, isn't it?
Yep.
So this is by Harry Allard and James Marshall, and I'll put the link to the book in the description. Let's see what happened to Miss Nelson. The kids in room 207 were misbehaving again. Spitballs stuck to the ceiling. Paper planes whizzed through the air. They were the worst behaved class in the whole school. "Now settle down," said Miss Nelson in a sweet voice. But the class would not settle down. They whispered and giggled. They squirmed and made faces. They were even rude at story hour. They always refused to do their lessons. "Something will have to be done," said Miss Nelson. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. "Wow," yelled the kids. "Now we can really act up." They began to make more spitballs, paper planes. "Today is let's just be terrible," they said. "Not so fast," hissed an unpleasant voice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them. "I am your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp." She rapped her desk with a ruler. "Where is Miss Nelson?" asked the kids. "Never mind that," snapped Miss Wilson. "Open your arithmetic books." Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. I think I would too if that scary woman was my teacher. They could see that Miss Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away, she put them to work and loaded them down with homework. If they weren't doing their lessons before, they got to do all that catch up, eh? "We'll have no story hour today," said Miss Swamp. "Keep your mouth shut," said Miss Swamp. "Sit perfectly still," said Miss Swamp. "And if you misbehave, you'll be sorry," said Miss Swamp. Very strict. Days went by, and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids missed Miss Nelson. "Maybe we should try to find her," they said. Some went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to their case. He listened to their story, scratched his chin. He said, "I think Miss Nelson is missing." Detective McSmog would not be much help. He does look very important, though. Doesn't he? Yeah. Other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn, and no one answered the door. In fact, the only person they did see was Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street. "If she sees us, she'll give us more homework." They got away just in time. Look, they're running away. Run! Miss Swamp is coming. Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson. "Maybe she was gobbled up by a shark," said one of the kids. But that didn't seem likely. No, I don't think she got gobbled up by a shark. "Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars," said another kid. But that didn't seem likely either. Maybe she is walking with her umbrella on Mars. I don't think she went to Mars.
No.
No.
We don't live on Mars.
No, we don't. I know. exclaimed one know-it-all. Maybe Miss Nelson's car was carried off by a swarm of angry butterflies. Oh, there goes Miss Nelson's car. But that was the least likely of all.
Oh,
I don't think Miss Nelson got carried away
no.
with butterflies.
No.
The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola's swamp forever. They heard footsteps in the hall. "Here comes the witch," they whispered. "Hello, children," said someone in a sweet voice. Oh, what do you think it is?
Miss Nelson.
You think it's Miss Nelson? It's Miss Nelson! She came back! It was Miss Nelson. "Did you miss me?" she said. "We certainly did," cried all the kids. "Where were you?" "That's my little secret," said Miss Nelson. "How about story hour?" "Oh, yes," cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour, no one was rude or silly. "What brought about this lovely change?" she asked. "That's our little secret," said the kids. Look at them all behaving.
You're
being good.
But
No longer the worst class in the whole school. Back home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it in the closet. What's in the closet? Right next to an ugly black dress. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song. "I'll never tell," she said with a smile.
Cute Miss Viola's.
Hold on, there's one more page. P.S. Detective McSmog is working on a new case. He is now looking for Miss Viola Swamp.
It was Miss Nelson all along.
It was Miss Nelson all along. She just wanted to teach her students a lesson. You'd want to be good, right?
Yeah.
And you want to do your lessons, right?
Yep.
All right. So we'll see you tomorrow for another story time.
Bye.